Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the Luxan channel. Hope you guys are doing well, and let me ask you a question. After Red Dead 1 and 2, what comes next? Well, Red Dead 3 to finally complete the trilogy. And when it does eventually get completed, it will probably be one of the most successful and highly rated trilogies of all time. Just before I get into the video, I want to talk a little bit about instant gaming. Looking at the trending section on the website currently, there are some insane deals going around. 29% off EA Sports FC 24 for only 43 quid 33 when it's just released like a week ago. And you also have Payday 3, which hasn't even been like early access yet, for 26 quid 24% off. In addition to full games, you can also get fantastic deals on even the latest DLCs coming out, such as the brand new Separate Ways DLC for the Resident Evil 4 remake that pretty much just came out, only for 6 quid 28. Now this is something I will personally be copying. Make sure you do yourself a favor and go over to Instant Gaming anytime you want to purchase a new game or DLC to get the best possible deals, link in the description. Red Dead 3, when it does eventually get completed, it will probably be one of the most successful and highly rated trilogies of all time. This is especially the case if you factor in the fact that Red Dead 1 is an incredible game made even better with the new DLC, Down Dead Nightmares. Well, it's not actually that new, it released like 10 years ago, but anyway. Red Dead 2 had an incredible story as well, very good player engagement. It kind of fell off around the online bit, and there hasn't been an update for a while, but although that is the case, the online has been very promising. So if somehow, by God, the newly released Red Dead 3 can keep these qualities and somehow even manage to squeeze in some improvement, then we are definitely looking for one of the best games of all time. And personally, something that would absolutely complete the package for Red Dead Redemption 3 would be its online. Now, story obviously isn't going to be an issue. I mean, in the majority of their games, Rockstar have definitely demonstrated the fact that they are brilliant storytellers and build up a good narrative, so there's no issues with that. However, with online there has been some issues and controversies in the past, especially with Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Online, so it would be nice to see some major improvements on that. People that have played the previous Red Deads, GTA Online and other Rockstar games will definitely be awaiting this, and even people who don't play Rockstar games would love to see this game. So let's get straight into the facts. Here is everything we know about Red Dead Redemption 3 for now. Red Dead Redemption 3 is an ongoing topic for fans of the RDR games. Considering the big success of Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead 3 is probably going to be less of a question of if it's going to happen, but more of a question of when it's going to happen. And according to an unknown leaker, the game might already be in the works. Rockstar Games is renowned for especially two game franchises, namely Grand Theft Auto, alias GTA, and Red Dead Redemption. While concrete info on GTA 6 are gradually emerging, having us expect the game to be officially announced until the end of the year, information about Red Dead Redemption 3 remains scarce. Surprisingly, despite the immense commercial success of Red Dead 2, released approximately 5 years ago, rumors surrounding a sequel are still limited. It would simply defy all logical reasoning for Rockstar to abandon one of its most valuable gaming series. Therefore, it is highly likely that Red Dead Redemption will continue to captivate fans. The pressing question that arises is, of course, when can we anticipate the release of Red Dead 3? Here's everything we know for now. Red Dead Redemption 3 could have entered its early development phase. Considering that GTA is getting its 6th iteration, it is safe to bet that Rockstar will eventually be working on Red Dead 3. If they don't already have some people going ahead with pre-planning, remember that Red Dead 2 was in development for 8 years, and we had to wait until they were significantly along production that we first heard about the game. Despite rumors that have come up lately, there is no official word from Rockstar on whether Red Dead 3 is a topic at all. The resource in the development teams will probably be focused on GTA 6 before taking on the next big project, but that doesn't mean that Rockstar hasn't started thinking about Red Dead 3. From a strategical perspective behind the scenes. Red Dead Redemption 3 could even officially be in the works, at least that's what Twitter X user My Time to Shine Hello recently claimed. The account is usually more into leaking movies than games, so you should definitely take the tweet with a grain of salt. Anyway, with GTA 6 on the horizon, it would actually make sense for Rockstar to look further ahead. Here is the tweet mentioned. Even though the game should technically be in the works right now, it probably won't release for a few more years. Without an official confirmation or announcement, we can only speculate when the game will be released. However, we assume that GTA 6 will probably be released sometime around 2025. Red Dead 3 could be released around 2030. Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 were released 8 years apart in 2010 and 2018, respectively. Recently, Rockstar has slowed down its own game production to support its games with longer and curb crunch, so another 8-year gap, which would mean 2026 for Red Dead 3, seems highly unlikely. Now I'm gonna spend some time to talk about the possible setting that Red Dead 3 is going to take place in. There are lots of options for how Red Dead Redemption 3 could play out. Setting wise, it is safe to assume that we will once again be returning to America and Mexico. Unfortunately, that would also mean that there would not be much change. Since Rockstar set its first GTA game in London, and since Peaky Blinders has made many people aware of what Birmingham looked like in 1919, it's not entirely out of the question that Rockstar would set the game in the UK, though it would be the wildest and most surprising of reveals, coming especially from Rockstar, who usually like to play out safe. Still, considering that Red Dead Redemption 2 took place in 1899 and Red Dead Redemption 1 took place in 1911, a 1919 setting in Birmingham would fit right on the schedule. It also wouldn't be hard to tie into the existing storylines, since there are many characters that Rockstar could have escaping the Wild West for England. Another setting that people are craving is a Native American theme, as well as something tapping into the South America more. Next up is what the story could possibly be about in Red Dead 3. The current frontrunner in terms of story is Landon Ricketts. Ricketts wouldn't stray far away from the template set out by John Marston himself and Arthur Morgan, as he's another famed gunslinger whose stories are yet to be told in the game. In Red Dead Redemption 1, we get to meet old Landon Ricketts, but little is known about the story behind the legend, and it's certainly a story that Red Dead fans are craving to explore. Another popular story request is to explore the backgrounds of Charles Smith. Charles was one of the most popular characters in Red Dead Redemption 2, and his story basically writes itself. He was born to a Native American mother and an African American father, and eventually found his way into Dutch's gang. Still, there is a lot of story to be untold in between. Charles is tied to Native American tribes, and his life as an underground fighter certainly would lend themselves to craft a story around. Also, using Charles Smith as the main character would be a welcome departure from the overgrown stereotype gunslinger trope, and it would open Red Dead Redemption 3 to a new audience. And just one last thing you should probably be keeping in mind when awaiting the new Red Dead Redemption 3 is that it's most likely going to be a next-gen exclusive only. I mean, whenever RDR3 is released, you can be relatively sure that Rockstar Games will develop the game for the next-gen console from Sony and Microsoft, presumably the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. That's if it doesn't take too long to release. But anyway, also, since Red Dead Redemption 2 was released on PC, it's very likely that Red Dead Redemption 3 will also be released on a PC. It's very unlikely that Red Dead 3 will be released on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. The reason for this being, we know for sure that GTA 6 will be a next-gen exclusive only, and GTA 6 is definitely going to come out before Red Dead Redemption 3. So you know for sure it's going to be next gen. If Rockstar have already started making Red Dead 3, then it must be in a very early stage of development, or just starting. As mentioned previously, there is not nearly as much info on Red Dead 3 than there is the upcoming GTA 6. So you should just be assuming that Rockstar will focus all of its workforce on the GTA mainline series, and then eventually get to releasing and announcing Red Dead 3. So there you have it guys, this is pretty much everything you should know and everything that we currently do know about Red Dead Redemption 3. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to know the latest and most crucial details for upcoming games such as Red Dead 3, and I will see you guys in a later video. Goodbye.